Hey football fans, welcome back to another edition of Under Further Review. In these segments, I'll be giving you my feedback on each team going into the 2013 season. I'll be talking about last season, the off-season, the draft, and positions, and can they make the playoffs. Today on my board, we have the Denver Broncos, the division champs of the AFC West Division. Let's look at what happened last season. They went 13-4, taking the NFL's best regular season record. They made the playoffs, but lost in heartbreaking fashion against the Ravens. Peyton Manning stayed healthy with his neck injuries being a hot topic going into the season and played fantastic. The dominant defense ranked second in the league and also tied first for sacks. And Peyton wins Comeback Player of the Year and shows that he's still got something left in his tank. The offseason. Well, it's not the way the Broncos fans wanted to see their season end last year, but there's a lot of things to like going into the offseason. Let's start with the acquisitions. They got Wes Welker, who brings even a bigger force to this offense as he averages 112 receptions a season with the Patriots. So there's no way that that's going to stop with Manning being the QB. And they also got guard Luis Vasquez from San Diego, who's a great pass blocker and should easily help this line on offense. On defense, they nabbed tackle Terrace Knighton, Sean Phillips, and cornerback Dominique Rogers-Cromartie. Talk about loading talent this year on the defense, too. They did lose, however, Elvis Dummerville, who was their most consistent pass rusher onto the defense, but he could also force lost fumbles. They lose him, but it's going to be hard to replace. Honestly, there's just too many positives for me to see this team being in the dumps, so I can only sense the powerhouse just got a little bit more powerful in the offseason. My favorite picks from the draft. Now, I thought the Broncos had a decent draft, but it wasn't that great because already this team's already stacked with talent. The picks I liked, though, were first and second round picks in defensive tackle Sylvester Williams and Monte Ball. I think Sylvester Williams should serve as an anchor on this defense. He's got good fundamentals and has a good motor and very hard to move at the nose tackle. So that's going to be a need and improve the defense. And Monte Ball is a workhorse who's tough and was just setting records over there in Wisconsin. I thought the Packers were going to pick him up, but the Broncos got him in the draft. So they'll use him as probably a 3-down back, I think. I'm not really sure how training camp is shaping up this year for them, but I'm hearing that Ronnie Hillman might take the job, and I'm not sure. We'll see. But then again, nothing but positives for these players. Both these guys will start this year, hopefully, and help the Broncos continue dominating in the AFC West. Positions. Peyton Manning, the perfectionist, put on a stellar season, especially for his stats, obviously, as he threw for 4,659 yards and 37 touchdowns. I went into last season thinking this was just going to not play out well for Peyton as his neck surgeries and all that stuff, but oh my gosh, he proved me wrong. He definitely proved me wrong, along with a lot of the doubters. He proves again why he's one of the greatest QBs to play the game in this era. So he's just amazing to watch. My only question is, when does he hang up the cleats? Brock Osweiler will be a hopeful starter for the future, but they also drafted Zach Dessert from Miami, Ohio to compete with Osweiler. But time's running out on Peyton. Running backs. Well, Willis McGahee is gone, so to me the carries go to maybe Monte Ball, who just has it all really to me. I don't see how the Broncos couldn't go with him, but who knows. He's a one-cut runner, catches the passes out of the backfield, and can probably be the 3-down back the Broncos want him to be. The only question is, though, can he pass protect? And that's the one thing in training camp that they're looking for. Ronnie Hillman can do that, and Noshawn Moreno could be definitely battling for a backup spot. Wide receivers. Marius Thomas and Eric Decker both eclipsed the 1,000-yard mark. Wow. And now they have Wes Welker. All I'm going to say is dangerous group. Very dangerous group. This corp can create so many mismatches, it's scary. Even the tight ends are a threat too, with Jacob Tamme and Joel Dressen. So this is a big question. So who gets the most yards and touchdowns this year from this group? That's probably the biggest question I'm thinking of. O-line. Now, this group is fairly young and took huge strides upwards as Manning's ability to get the ball out fast that helped this line make decent stat numbers. Chris Cooper injuries will have him replaced by ex-Charger Luis Vasquez at guard. Left tackle Ryan Cloudy should be fine as he seems to be the best in this unit, along with left guard Zane Bidleys and center J.D. Walton, who are in contract years, but I think Orlando Franklin is more of an urgent guy that needs to step up because he struggled in the pass blocking protection. So this O-line should be fine, but he needs to step up. Defensive line. Dummerville is gone, who will be replaced by Robert Ayers, who apparently is a little bigger and better in the run defense. I mean, we'll see. Derek Wolfe was awesome as a rookie, who should start and tackle. Terrence Knighton and Kevin Vickerson are the top guys to start this year, but there's a lot of competition for the tackles. So I'm just interested to see how the line performs without Dummerville. Linebackers. Von Miller is under suspension right now, but could be possibly lifted soon as he's just a complete linebacker. I love watching him play. The man has 18.5 sacks from last year. Along with him was Wesley Woodyard, who had a breakout year last year also. The question lies with middle linebacker this season with Nate Irving and Steven Johnson, who will compete for that position. Problems is they've never started there before, so there's just a big question mark on this going into the season. Secondary. Champ Bailey played well all season except in the playoffs against the Ravens. He looked silly, honestly. So hopefully the age is not becoming a factor of him, but I think he should be ready to go this season. Chris Harris also had a great season and should be set for another fun year with the addition of DRC, who will be slumping in his career right now. Hopefully he can get out of it with the Broncos, so I'm not sure. Raheem Moore and Mike Adams, on the other hand, will play at the safety positions along with Quentin Carter, who should be coming back from a microfracture surgery. I like this unit a lot going into this season. Matt Prater didn't have that great of a season, kicking 26 of 32 field goals and ranking 25th in field goal percentage. I did like, however, punter Britton Colquitt, who just knows where he wants to put the ball on the field. And Trendon Holiday, where did this guy come from? I'll have my eye on this guy this year. Can they make the playoffs? Yes, and here's why. First, they just creamed everybody in the AFC West, going a perfect 6-0 against division teams. So that then, right there, is their first easy ticket that will lead them to the playoffs. They will probably do the same this year. Maybe the Chiefs or Chargers could surprise them one game, but that's about it. I mean, they're just really good. There's just no way they don't make the playoffs. This team is just too experienced and too good on paper and on the field. Their schedule isn't that rough at all either. And they have the great Peyton Manning. But obviously time is of the essence here. So it's running a little low on Peyton Manning to win at least one more Super Bowl. So there's a lot of urgency going around right now to win. And the fans will only see the Manning area in Denver as failure if he doesn't win this. So the expectations are very high. Now, if Manning goes down this season or starts having problems with his neck, could possibly be the end of his career, and Denver could be in a big hole right now. But that's just playing with the ideas here. So from what I see, it should be a cakewalk for the playoffs this year for the Broncos. All I say is enjoy it now, Bronco fans, because in the next couple of years, I'll probably be talking about a new guy under center by the name of Brock Osweiler. But like I've said, Peyton Manning needs to win the Super Bowl or bust. And with that, my football fans, ends my segment on the Denver Broncos. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave any comments below and subscribe to my page. I'll be tackling my next team, which will be the Kansas City Chiefs. Anyways, I will see you later and come back and watch my videos. Bye.